So we got Adam on the ride. How you doing today?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good, man. We got a good start of the day. Still kind of early, so wish me luck.
Yep. Hopefully you stay busy.
What about you? I just picked you up from the ice forum.
Yes, sir.
I've recently learned about that place.
Yeah, it's a good little spot. Fun.
It's a place where people go to do like hockey and stuff.
Hockey,
like that.
yeah.
So is that what brought you there?
Yeah, I played hockey, yep.
Okay. Did you play on a team or a league?
Yeah, with the Lightning.
You play for the Lightning?
Yeah.
Alright. Just to show how much I follow. What position you play?
Forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So yeah, I'll tell you this. I never really followed hockey as I was growing up. But before I lived here, I lived in a place called Manchester, New Hampshire, and they had a what they call them,
American
a beat,
League team,
the
yeah.
American League team. So you know about them? Yeah, they're pretty popular. And,
Yeah. Really fun games.
yeah, and I actually got into it because the school I was going to, my teacher, I had a radio broadcasting teacher, and he was the announcer there. So we used to go there. But it was cool. I got into hockey because of that. So then come down here and find out, you guys do pretty big down here, I guess.
Crazy. Yeah, we sell out pretty much every game.
Which is I found surprising because it's Florida.
I know, but they're crazy fans. They love it.
I know.
It's awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
It's definitely good. Yeah, you guys have a real great following, and you guys do awesome. So you guys deserve it from what I hear.
We just took first place. Playoffs start this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great. No, that's so good. Yeah, I've been so consumed with March Madness. Now that that's over, maybe I'll jump on on that and see what you guys are doing, man. That's so yeah. So how long have you been on the team?
This is my second year.
Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit about how this all started for you. Like what got you into hockey in the first place?
My dad played, so he had me on the ice before I could walk, really. So played it all my life.
For real?
Yeah.
Like how old were you? What'd you say?
I was probably like 2 or 3, man, when I just started skating. Yeah.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah, I loved it always.
That's really good. So your father, what about him?
He played up through high school, a little bit in college, and that was it. Started getting to the real world and got a job, so that was it for him.
But he kept the passion for it. And
yeah, he played his life, so.
And then with you, it just kind of came.
Yeah, it was just something I always loved, and luckily was good at it.
Oh, that's awesome. You did big things, and it's really good. Let's hear a little bit about the success story so that way we can give some people some inspiration. So when you were young, you started off, of course, just playing with your dad and practicing. What was like the first league you ever joined?
Probably in the beginning it's just learning to skate, but after that it's teams. I've been on teams probably since I was 5 or 6, and ever since then, I've just been playing and working my way up.
Alright. And did you play for like your school, or did you play for like a rec league, or?
No, it's growing up. It's not really with your school. It's just leagues, like organized leagues, and until you probably get to high school, there's really not much with your school. So.
Where did you grow up?
Connecticut.
Really? What part?
I'm like 15 minutes from New Haven, Branford area.
Branford?
Yeah.
Okay. I know of it. I was born in Hartford.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like Branford, East Haven, North Haven area.
Okay, yes. Yes, I lived in New Hampshire and Massachusetts and Connecticut.
I lived in New Hampshire for 2 years, actually.
Really?
Derry,
New Hampshire. Okay, I went to school in Alvin High School.
Did you? I think I went to Hood Middle School or something. with it for 2 years.
Yes, Hood is the name of the school out there. Yes, that's awesome. Small world. That's so that's really good. So, and I know because hockey is pretty big up in New England and really the northern states. So that's why I was surprised when I came down here.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the first time I ever went ice skating was down here.
Really?
Yeah, I took my dog. I have a little girl, and she begs me. So of course I do things I probably would never do in real life.
How'd that go?
Yeah. Well, it was alright at first. I was surprised on how little I felt, but and she was really impressive. But after a while, it was more like swimming because the ice was melting from all the heat, but it was a cool experience. Yeah, I don't think I'll be playing hockey anytime soon.
That's alright. Yeah, it's one of those things you kind of got to grow up playing.
What was some good advice for the young people who love hockey and want to try to get into it and that may be struggling?
Yeah, I mean it's there's plenty of guys that aren't great growing up, but kind of come out of nowhere. Even at the draft, the NHL draft, there's names that people never really heard of, and so I mean it's never over till it's over, I guess.
I never give up then, right? That's the moral of that story. Yeah, that's awesome. So, with that, then you were playing in leagues your whole life, and did you like go up and maybe I don't know the tiers, if there's different tiers in leagues to break down?
Until you're in high school, it's just by age, and then once you turn 16, 17, it's usually play with kids between 16 and 20, and then after that, it's some go to college, some go play juniors in Canada.
What about yourself? What did you?
I played in Canada for 4 years. I played in Quebec City for 4 years. It was awesome. It was 4 years when I was 16, 17, 18, 19. It was crazy. It was so much fun.
Really, that young too?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
so fresh out of high school or
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. Yeah, because a lot of people, I feel like think the NHL or the NBA is really the goal, but there's much more than that.
Yeah, there is. It's a big process. It's a lot of guys get lost along the way, and it's something you just gotta stick with and grind through it.
Yeah, because I just actually had a really good story posted up for March Madness about a basketball player. He got injured, and unfortunately because of that, he never got drafted, and now he's looking overseas and all different opportunities. So it's good to hear, as well for hockey that there's more out there. People don't give up just because they didn't go straight to the NHL.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of different. Hockey's different because it's not just college. First football, basketball, you have to go to college, and hockey you don't. There's many options. You can go to college, but a lot of hockey players don't. I think probably 60 or 70% come from the Canadian leagues, the junior leagues. I don't know the numbers, but I'd be surprised if more than 20% of the guys drafted were from college. Just because it's college is typically for guys that need a little more time. Whether they're smaller or late bloomers or whatever. You get drafted at 18, whereas you start college at 18, so it gives you a little bit more time.
All right, yeah, that's really good to know. Really good. And with you, so you started in the Canadian leagues, and how did you end up over here? Is this your first NHL team that you played for?
Yeah, that's where I was drafted. I was drafted in 2013 by them. So.
And how'd that play out? Is it any other job where you would try to audition for the role, or is it that you had scouts watching you from different teams?
Oh yeah, it's just when I was playing in Canada, scouts they come to every game, and it's like any other. It's like the NFL draft or the NBA draft. It's just but you don't enter the draft. It's everyone when you're 18, so anybody can be drafted.
Really, it's just pretty much free range.
Yeah, it is.
That's excellent, though. Excellent. That's a lot. It sounds like there's a lot more opportunities for people who want to be into hockey versus the NBA and NHL.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah,
NFL.
Different routes for
That's really good to know. And then with that, with the scouts, did they approach you afterwards? So I never, unfortunately, got to that point where people were scouting me.
Usually they go through your team, whether it's after a game or on an off day. They just usually want to sit down, talk, chat. And then, a lot of times there's a combine. There's like the NFL combine, there's the NHL combine, where they test you. The NHL does testing that's open to all the scouts, all the teams. They can come watch. You do interviews. So like over the course of like a day and a half, I did like 30 interviews with all the teams.
Really, that must have been exhausting.
It is. It's everybody's asking you the same questions. It'd almost be nice if you could just have one meeting with all everybody there. But it's a fun experience. I enjoyed it.
Now, do you get any say on it, or is it more like whoever decides to draft you?
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
But did you have any like let me put it just any knowledge? Sorry, I was gonna say prior to the draft, so it's more like you're waiting there, sweating. Like, is it gonna be me? Am I?
Well, yeah, I went to the draft thing. I was pretty sure I was getting drafted, and so I was able to go there with my family, and so it was fun to be able to experience it with them, and let them share, because your family makes a lot of sacrifices to get you where you are, and it was fun to let them have a little piece of that too.
Well, that's good to know, and let's give them a little credit for that, because I'm sure that helped a lot to your success.
Yeah, absolutely. It's moving around and getting to practice, getting to games.
What kind of sacrifices would you say that?
Well, it's expensive. It's probably the most expensive sport there is. I mean,
over golf?
A pair of skates right now is $1,000.
For real?
Yeah.
That's
so the stick is $300. Just playing on teams is crazy money.
And you probably go through
flying places. It's really expensive.
And I'm sure you go through that stuff like the blades and the sticks, through our practicing, so you're constantly investing into it. Yeah, so
it's expensive for sure.
Well, it's great to hear that you have that support system, and because of that, you know what I mean, and your persistence, I'm sure as well. Give yourself some credit. So how you liking being down here? Have you ever been down here before? This draft? Have you been to Florida? Have you checked out? Did you know much about the Lightning?
I'm always, like I said, I grew up, always loved hockey, so I knew a lot about them, about the team, but just as much as any other team that I liked. They're not super popular to the Northeast because we have the Rangers and the Bruins and a lot of teams in that area. So I grew up a Rangers fan, but obviously the Lightning are a top team, and I was really excited, and I couldn't be happier.
So you're saying you didn't grow up a Whalers fan?
That was before me.
Oh, was it? Okay. That shows how old I am. No, but it's really cool though to be able to have this experience to relive that with you and everything.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate it, and I'm glad that things are going good for you. 2 years into 4 years in Canadian, so it's still fairly fresh, but you've been putting in work.
Yeah.
So,
it's paying off. It's it's hard to get here, harder to stay here. So every day is a new day. Try to earn your spot. That's the goal.
Any last words of wisdom, piece of advice for anybody?
No, I think that's it.
Well, definitely appreciate the conversation. Best luck with your career and everything. I'm gonna start following you for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys do too as well, man. That's good. What do you do for a living?
I am an author. I just wrote my first book.
Really?
Yes.